Hello and welcome to Bewildering Studio. This is a tutorial on how to make a corn husk doll. First, you're going to need a couple of corn husks, and you're going to start with about 6 of them, and you're going to need some embroidery floss or yarn or any kind of string and a pair of scissors. The first step that we're going to do is we're going to soak these. Now these have already been soaked, but you're going to take your corn husks and you're going to put them in a large pan. I'll show you the one that I used. I use this baking pan, but you can also use a glass pan, or like you can soak them in the sink if you'd like. But I typically will soak them in warm water for about 30 minutes to an hour. And then once they're ready, you're going to pick out 4 of them that are roughly the same height. 1, 2, 3, and let me go with this one. The thing that you have to realize is that whatever you put on the inside is actually going to end up being the outside of the doll's skirt. So you're going to want to put your best ones in the middle, and you're going to lay them on top of each other, and you're going to see if they are the same width too, and if they're not, we're just going to peel off a little bit of excess. So this one's a little bit too big, so I'm just going to peel a little piece off, and I'm going to save this for later. So these are roughly the same size. They don't have to be perfect because all the husks are different. This one has a little bit of extra, so I'll pull that off, and this one is quite large, so we're going to take this big chunk off of it right here, and you're going to neatly stack them so that the pointy ends are at the top. Once you decide which ones you want to be the outside of the skirt, you're going to put those 2 in the middle, and you're going to align the top so that you can tie them together about 2 or 3 inches down. Alright, so those are nice and flat. And when you cut your string, you're going to want to make sure that there's enough string so that when you tie it, you can get a good grip and you can pull it. If it's too short, it'll be too hard to pull it tightly, and you might hurt this part of your hand. So just be a little careful and make sure you have a little bit more, because you can always reuse the scraps later if you have too much, and that's not really a big deal. So I'm going to put it under here, and I'm just going to do a double knot. And it's going to curl up on itself. Oh my gosh. Okay, see, this is why we need extra yarn, because it's better to have more than less. Okay. Try that one more time, and maybe I won't be so aggressive this time. Okay, here we go. So you're going to pull it slowly, and it's going to curl up. Okay. Alright, and now that the top is tied, you're going to find the center of the dress, which is going to be 1, 2 of these leaves on one side and then 2 on the other side. And you're going to flip it open to where this becomes the center of the head, and then your skirt is going to flow around the head. And you can shape it as you go, just pulling the petals apart a little bit. And once they look nice and round, you're going to completely close it inside out and shape it with your hands until you get this shape here, like a little triangle bulb. And you are going to tie a string here to make the little neck. And what's fun is after this step, it kind of looks like a little ghost. So if you want to just draw eyeballs and a little mouth, you can make cute ghost to decorate for Halloween. But there's one last step to give this little dolly some arms that I'll show you in a second. Typically I use a string that's about the same color, like a brown or a white colored embroidery floss, but I'm using blue just so that you guys can see it a little bit better on camera. When you have that extra that you peeled off, you're going to want to take a thick piece and split it in the middle so it's even. And if you notice that there's points on the top and it's flatter on the bottom, you're going to flip to where you've got one point and one flat piece together, and you're just going to layer on top of each other. And you're going to find the inside of the dress again, so 2 leaves on one side, 2 leaves on the other side, and you're going to place the center of the arms in the middle. And close that back up. Just make sure that they're about the same size. Adjust if you have to, like it's a little longer, so I'm pulling that. And you're going to tie right under the arms to make the waist. Okay, and this is your completed corn dolly, but if you want to do some extra details, I'll show you just some options that you have. These arms are a little bit long for my taste, so you can always trim them a little bit shorter if you'd like. You also have the option to tie more strings here and give her little hands, or you can just leave them out like this. And I like to cut off the excess string at this point. And if you want your doll to have like a fluffier dress, you can just pull out the petals. It's okay if they rip a little bit. Just note that if they do rip, then when it's drying, it'll curl up a little bit and she'll have like a little ruffly skirt. And I don't really like this part sticking out because this is going to prevent her from like standing up straight. And so I'm just going to trim a little bit down here. And it's totally fine if she can't stand up. I want this one for display, so I want her to be able to stand like on a mantle, you know? But it's a doll, so if you're just gonna play with it, then it's totally fine. You could just, hi, how's it going? So you don't have to worry about trying to make the bottom of the skirt flat at all. If you want to customize this even further, you can glue on hair with like yarn or fake hair, like fake doll hair. You can draw little eyes and mouths on her. There is a story that goes with the corn husk doll, and there's a reason that she has no face. So if you're curious on why typically they don't have faces, you can go to my blog. I will link the URL for the specific blog post on my website in the description below. But this is what we're working with. So thank you so much for watching the entire video. I am super excited to show you guys some other crafts, and I'm open to ideas. So if you want to tell me in the description below if there's anything that you'd like me to show you how to do, then just let me know. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!